As protests and riots break out across the nation, calls for peace are seemingly being drowned out. One of those voices joining me now is Ken Blackwell, a member on the Black Voices for Trump Advisory Board. Hello, Ken. Thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Good to be with you, sir.
Of course. First off, tell me how you felt when you first watched the video of George Floyd being pinned to the ground.
I was appalled. I knew it was not standard police apprehension behavior and conduct, and I joined in the protest and in the calling for the 4 officers to be not only fired and arrested, but vigorously prosecuted. And while I think it was taking the local officials a bit longer than I would have anticipated, they did get there. And now they are in the process of adjusting the charges, as well as starting to frame the prosecution. Look, what we're seeing played out now are 2 things. One, you have citizens who are exercising their legitimate First Amendment right to protest and to speak out. And then on the other hand, we now see this organized violence and looting and this threat to domestic peace. And it's being carried out, if you look at all of the information across intelligence sources domestically, it's being carried out by, a domestic terrorist organization, Antifa, for the most part.
And from there, talk about what the local response has been from there in Ohio. I understand you are the former mayor of Cincinnati yourself, and you also worked as the state treasurer. So how have officials been reacting to all this?
Well, look, it's coming at a time when they are local communities are fighting the effects of COVID-19, and so this is a double pop. But local officials across our major urban areas are starting to use all of the tools within their reach and within their toolbox. Look, I had here in Cincinnati, the chief of police yesterday afternoon joined the protest. He was first to speak out. There we had officers that participated in the visual. But then the organized domestic terrorists and looters took hold, and there had to be some apprehensions. But for the most part, what we've seen is a real concerted effort to separate those who are trying to exploit Mr. Floyd's death for disruptive purposes and those folks who are exercising their First Amendment rights, bringing attention to the need for us as local communities to work on police-community relations and other matters that have materialized in racially diverse communities like Cincinnati and others.
So what do you think is the path forward for America? Where is the country headed? Do you see an end to this, or what comes after this?
Look, I think this takes action at various levels. It takes the sort of organized and principled and peaceful protests. It will take efforts in our legislative bodies from town centers to state capitals to make sure that the resources are there for proper training. But I tell you, it comes down to communities and individuals speaking directly to one another, understanding that we're not going to be able to solve this problem if, in fact, we're in constant combat and turmoil. What's going to resolve this are people with good hearts speaking directly to one another, understanding that, as Abraham Lincoln said, we're not a perfect union, but we are a perfectible union, which means that working together in a sense of purpose, good people doing good things together can affect meaningful change and lasting change.
Yeah, I don't think I'm alone here when I say I hope that the country can come together after all of this and we come out the other side of this stronger as a nation. There are a lot of raw emotions right now, and I'm glad that you are here to lend a voice of unity amid such a chaotic time.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.